or Beyoncé. Marion made a note of her fellow humans' new names, but most of her attention was elsewhere. Another month at the Antarctic Medical Facility, and she'd receive her first assignment as a member of the Earth Mercenary Corps. Most humans ended up in the infantry, fighting the Prodrians and helping to keep peace in the Krakau alliance. After all the Krakau had done to help humanity after their self-imposed apocalypse, she was determined to repay the aliens in whatever way she could. She'd named herself for a woman who turned humanity into shambling, feral monsters. The Krakau had spent decades trying to reverse that mistake. Soon, Marion would set out to help them make things right. Lieutenant Marion Mops Adamopoulos, commander of the Shipboard Hygiene and Sanitation team on the EMCS Pufferfish, switched off the translation of a 19th century human history textbook she'd been reading and refocused her attention on the alert icon on her monocle. "Go ahead." Incoming message from Commander Danube. The Pufferfish has received a distress call from a Nuceran cargo vessel. All hands should prepare for battle and report to the nearest acceleration chamber. A-ring jump in 19 minutes. The words of her personal AI unit, Doc, came from the directional speakers of her comm unit, secured in the bulky collar of her one-piece uniform. Doc himself existed primarily as code, etched invisibly into the layers of memory crystal that formed Mops's green-tinted monocle. "What's the status on the rest of the team?" J.G. Monroe is in his quarters. Technician Kumar is working to repair a cracked sewage relay on Deck L. I've relayed the commander's instructions to them both. Technician Mozart is in the brig. Of course she is. Mops stretched, grimacing at the popping of her left shoulder. There was no pain, but the sound and sensation made her cringe. The joint had started acting up 2 years ago, like machinery past its warranty. She left her small quarters and hurried toward the center of the Pufferfish. The ship was built like an oversized torpedo, with 3 elongated weapons pods protruding like outriggers spread equidistant around the hull. The brig was near the aft engines. "How many times is this?" "This is crewman Mozart's 4th incarceration since she was transferred to your SHS team. It's her 8th during her 1-year service with the Earth Mercenary Corps. 3 more incidents, and she'll break the EMC disciplinary record." She greeted several of the crew on her way to the central lifts. Doc automatically tagged them with their name and rank, not that Mops needed the assistance. After more than a decade aboard the Pufferfish, she knew them all. "Why wasn't I notified when it happened?" "You were off duty. Commander Danube is recommending Technician Mozart be expelled from service." "I'm not ready to give up on her." Mops hurried into the first available lift, joining Sergeant Klaus from infantry. She nodded a greeting as the doors closed and the lift shot downward. "Where are you off to, Smoothie?" asked Klaus. Mops outranked him, but relations between the soldiers and the non-combat crew tended toward the informal, and she'd known Klaus for most of her life. His rebirth had been a year after Mops's own. After Mops, he was one of the oldest humans on the ship. It was easy to recognize the soldiers, not only by the unit insignia on the right shoulder of their uniforms, but from the scars they accumulated over the years. The left side of Klaus's face was a mess of scar tissue from a flamethrower attack 2 years back. An old plasma burn striped his right cheek. The only smooth-skinned humans on an EMC ship were either shipboard maintenance or brand-new recruits. Mops had a few small scars from her life before the Krakau cured her, but those were all hidden beneath her uniform. Nor would anyone mistake the faint lines around her eyes and mouth for battle scars. "I need to take care of a mess in the brig," she said. Klaus snorted. "That mess wouldn't happen to be named Mozart, would it? I hear she picked a fight with a Glacidy this time." "It wouldn't surprise me. I don't know what I'm going to do with that child. She's not happy in SHS, but you know infantry won't take her. Danube wants to send her back to Earth." "Ouch." He pursed his lips, crinkling his ragged blonde mustache. "Give me combat drops any day over trying to survive a planet overrun by ferals. You know if she has enough saved up for passage to one of the stations? Humans